Entry number 8, May 31st, 2017. The night before last, I eventually got hungry, so I went down the hall to the free table where I'd left all that food, but someone had already taken it and thrown it out. Oh well. Yesterday morning, I think I woke up at about 9 o'clock a.m. I went to the Veterans Administration building on Southwest 4th and Oak, because that's where Karen Kepik works, and called Karen. Her machine answered the phone, so I left a message. I regret that in the message I referred to, quote, my, end of quote, backpack and power cord. That was a bit antisocial and presumptuous of me. I then went to my PO's building, the Mead building on Southwest 5th, to get my bus pass for next month. The bus passes weren't there yet, an awfully brief visit for the security procedures you have to go through upon entrance. I then went to STP to apologize to Scott for missing my meeting with him and see if he had any more albums for me. He didn't. We set up an appointment for 2 o'clock p.m. today. I think I then went home, took a cat nap, and played some NetHack. At around 2 o'clock to 2:30, I went to Karen Kepik's building and called her again. She still wasn't there. I didn't leave a message this time. I then went to the Mead building again because I had been told the previous visit that the bus passes should be there later that afternoon. They still had not yet arrived. The receptionist said I could try again later on that afternoon. I made it clear I wouldn't try again until the next day. I then went to the library to do some uploading and chat with Mike and Lisa. I think it was then that Bill Russell, an old friend of mine from when I lived in a little town called Roseville in California around 1991 to 1994, accepted my friend request on Facebook. It's been a long journey finding him. At around 4 o'clock to 4:30, I got on a Mac to Washington County as I had finally run out of smokes. The coin god selected the stop after the one I had selected the previous day. At that stop, I generally go to the same route as the previous stop, but it involves a trip through the woods and climbing the embankment of an overpass, etc. Near the end of my route, I found a lot of food still filled in its packaging. 1, I found a lot of Hostess treats, chocolate-covered Twinkies, so whatever those are called, and 7 packages. I finished eating them while writing this entry. 2, 1 package of some other kind of Hostess treat. 3, some Monterey Jack cheese. I've now almost finished it. I finished it while writing this entry. By the time I finished my route, it was about 8:45 p.m., dangerously close to curfew, considering where I was. Last night, I didn't go in to check on the fate of the bottle return machine because I didn't have time. I've gotten ahead of myself. A little backtracking is needed. I won 29 cents at McGuffey's Bar. I won 15 cents at the Sherry's restaurant on the corner of Allen and Murray. And finally, I won 2 cents at a place called Richard's, also on the corner of Murray and Allen. The man behind the bar felt sorry for me, so he gave me 10 cents instead of 2 cents. I arrived at the lobby of the Estate Hotel at 9:58. I had moved fast and cut it close. When I got home last night, I was too tired to write this entry. I woke up this morning at about 8:15. I had a dream which I forgot as soon as I woke up, but which I knew meant it was time to take a shower and change clothes, so I did so. I don't think I left the place until at least 10 o'clock a.m. I went to Karen's building and tried to call her, but she again wasn't there. I don't remember whether I left a message. I then went to the Mead building. They had the bus passes. Besides with Scott at 2 o'clock p.m., I had another appointment today at a place called Central City Concern with a woman named Jennifer Gamble at 1 o'clock p.m. I went to turn in all the cans I'd gotten the previous day. I first tried Whole Foods, but their machine was still down. So I went to Trader Joe's. I got $7.70. On my way to Trader Joe's, I found about 3 double-ended headphone jacks and a huge bunch of pins in a Ziploc bag. There were several bubble containers, but I only took one. A little after turning in my cans and bottles, it got to be around 11:30 in time for me to head for my appointment. I arrived a half an hour early. Jennifer Gamble is in charge of helping me get my SSI. She told me today she thinks I'll get it. The whole meeting was to have me fill out several forms. It's too early to set up our next appointment. I then went to meet with Scott. I was about a half an hour early. He still doesn't have any more albums for me. I forgot to set up another appointment with him. I'll work on that soon, probably tomorrow. Then I went to the library while really wanting to go to the store and buy some smokes to do some uploading and chatting with friends. No one was available to chat, so when I finished my uploading, I went and bought my pack of smokes and came home to write this entry. I think I got here at 4 o'clock p.m., and it's now 9:40 p.m. I have $6 and a few cents on me. I forgot to mention that when I was almost at STP, I shot video of mounted police who had arrested a female. I also forgot to mention that when I was at STP, I called and finally contacted Karen Kepik. She has been sick all week and might be out sick for the rest of the week, so I won't call her again until Monday. She says we'll go out for coffee. End of entry.